Hey guys, so in today's video I wanted to talk about different types of paraprofessionals, and I just wanted to preface this by saying this is not an all-inclusive list necessarily, because I know that different school systems have different types of paras being paraprofessionals. At the school that I work at, all we have are special education paraprofessionals. We used to have paraprofessionals that were in general education classrooms where they kind of worked with everybody and assisted the teacher with instruction, but currently we only have special education paraprofessionals. Although technically now we also have an OT para. She's only here for this school year though, so once this school year is over, she will no longer work for the school district unless that changes. So, like I said, there are special education paraprofessionals that specifically work with special education students, as far as either in like a self-contained classroom or in general education settings where they kind of push in with a student to a general education classroom and assist them with whatever they might need. That could be one-to-one. It could be in small groups. It could be resource. It all just kind of depends. So, like I said, majority of the paraprofessionals at the school district that I work for is special education. We do have one that works with the ISD, who technically she's not employed through the school, she's employed through the ISD, and she helps our occupational therapist, because our occupational therapist at the school that I work at does not actually come to the school. She does her appointments through Zoom, and so they need the para to be able to assist with the different appointments and instruction and getting the kids engaged and helping them like complete activities in the OT room. So there are also general education paraprofessionals, which, like I said, work in a general education classroom where they might help the teacher with small groups, they might help the teacher with large groups, they might help the teacher with testing or whatever else the teacher might need them to assist with. It all just kind of depends on that paraprofessional's particular assignment. It is subject to change based on a number of different factors, and it could also depend on what they were hired to do, their education level, if they have a certification, depending on what state or what school district or what county or whatever they work in. I've talked about that in previous videos too. Like every state, every county, every school district can have different requirements for what you need to have in order to work as a paraprofessional. At the school district that I work at, you literally only have to have a high school diploma, and that's it, just because they are so much in need of staff. I'm sorry for Taffy barking in the background. I'm not sure what she heard. But so we have special education, we have OT. I have heard of people working as paraprofessionals in like where they're just doing like recess duty. I think I would hate that, because especially here in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, like our winters can be so brutal. Sometimes I hate even taking our kids outside, whether it's ECSE or our older kids, just because like it gets so cold. And like today it was freezing rain, and we only went outside once, but like it was freezing rain, it was slippery outside, it was cold, it was windy, and of course the kids still want to go outside, but I really didn't. And we only did afternoon recess, we didn't do morning recess because it was freezing rain. And thankfully the kindergarten teacher that I was working with today, she didn't want to go outside either because of the freezing rain, so we stayed in and got like playtime inside for the kids. So yeah, I'm trying to think of the other ones that I've seen. I'm a member of a paraprofessional group on Facebook where we talk about a lot of different things. Those are the main ones that I've seen. There are some paras who might assist with like administrative tasks, like administrative assistant type tasks. There are paras, as I have mentioned, that may particularly work with like testing and things like that. It just kind of depends on the school. So there are definitely a lot of different options out there. The main ones that I've seen though, like the most, are special education or general education. And sometimes I see like a group of people who are doing recess duty only or cafeteria duty mixed with recess duty. And like I said, I feel like I would kind of like that because you're not always working with the same students. I mean, you are, but at the same time, you're like cycling through all the same students um, throughout the day. You're not spending the entire day with the same group of students, if that makes sense. So, like with special education, which is what I do, um, I work with the same group of students every single day all year long. And so it can get a little like burnout-esque, if that makes sense. But at the same time, I also am able to form a stronger bond with the students that I work with, I feel like, because I see them on a very consistent daily basis, Monday through Friday. But yeah, the main ones or the main types of paraprofessionals are special education or general education. With special education, it's like one-to-ones or people working with a set group of students. Um, at the school that I work at, there are some paras that stay with one particular class or one particular group of students in like the same manner on a daily basis, but then there's also groups that cycle through students, like, so they're not always with the same student. And I think that that's good because I will make another video talking about this, but it is so easy for, especially like if you have a one-to-one student, it is so easy for them to become way too reliant on you, and you have to be careful about that. So I will make another video talking about that because I'm currently dealing with an issue that is kind of like that with 3 of the students that I work with. So anyways, I hope this was helpful. And if you have any other questions about like working as a paraprofessional or what a paraprofessional does on a day-to-day basis, I would be glad to answer any questions or talk more about the subject. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something, and I will talk to you guys next time.